Sebastian Gorka is one of Trump's biggest bootlickers, and he went on MSNBC where they pelted him with a pretty fair line of questioning, if you ask me. This is about a mosque bombing that happened very recently, so let's see how Gorka handles it.
Well, let's talk about a different kind of partners. Let's talk about the mosque in Minneapolis that was attacked. We've heard from Governor Mark Dayton calling it a terror attack, this attack that took place over the weekend. Will the White House be commenting on it?
When we have some kind of finalized investigation, absolutely. So, you know, there's a great rule. All initial reports are false. You have to check them. You have to find out who the perpetrators are. We've had a series of crimes committed, alleged hate crimes by right-wing individuals in the last 6 months that turned out to actually have been propagated by the left. So let's wait and see. Let's allow the local authorities to provide their assessment, and then the White House will make its comments.
But, sir, the president commented on an attack that took place in London just a couple months ago before we had additional information confirming exactly what happened.
Well, sometimes an attack is unequivocally clear for what it is. When somebody shouts Allahu Akbar as they're stabbing a police officer, it's pretty clear it's not a case of the mafia robbing a bank. Wouldn't you say so?
So you think that somebody throwing a bomb into the window of a mosque, it could be something else? It could be, it's fuzzy ground as to what that might be.
The question of who does it is a question. When you've had people fake hate crimes in the last 6 months with some regularity, I think it's wise, don't you, to find out what exactly is going on before you make statements when in fact they could turn out to be not who you are expecting?
You don't have to make a statement about who did it, but you can make a public statement denouncing how terrible it would be to attack a building of worship.
That's fine, and I'm sure the president will do that.
And why do you think he hasn't? I mean, it's not like in the last 48 hours the president hasn't tweeted. He's tweeted about his base. He's tweeted about a U.S. senator. He's tweeted about the failing New York Times, and he's made no mention of that mosque. He's also made no mention of the 3 fallen Marines who lost their lives off the coast of Australia.
I'm not going to give social media advice to a man who basically won the election in large part thanks to his understanding of social media.
There's nothing more annoying than an unearned sense of condescension and smugness. You know, he's like talking down to them like, oh, I have all the answers. But like what he's saying makes no sense. So his argument is, well, look, don't comment on the mosque bombing because liberals may have done it. Do you have any evidence of that? Well, there were like a few examples of a faked hate crime, so yeah. What are there more examples of? Actual attacks against mosques or hate crimes committed or faked ones. Pretty sure the real ones way outnumber any faked ones. But no, since it fits his narrative, he's like, yeah, the liberals may have done it, so don't comment on it yet. And then when they say, you don't have to comment on who did it, whether it was a hoax or not, you could say, either way, man, hey, don't bomb a mosque or a church or anything at all while we're at it. But no, look, the bottom line is everybody gets this on some level, even if you're the biggest Trump supporter out there. You know that every time there's an attack or an attempted attack carried out or failed but attempted to be carried out by somebody who's Muslim, Trump's White House is going to comment on it. They always do. They always do. When there's an attack perpetrated by a Muslim, whether it works or not, against the West, they're going to comment on it. Guaranteed. If it's ever the opposite, somebody doing an attack against Muslims, they never comment on it. Why? Because they don't care as much if it's Muslims getting attacked. You know that's true. You know that's true. So, I don't know. At least just fucking admit it, man. We're biased. We don't really care when it's against a group that we have determined are the perpetrators always. When it turns out, in this case, Muslims are victims, we're just going to ignore it. Because it doesn't fit our narrative. And I'm also going to be super smug about this and say liberals probably faked it. It's the Breitbart White House is what it is. You know, that's the sense you get. And when they corner him, what does he say? Oh, he's going to probably say something about it. But he didn't. Yeah, but now you just kind of prove that he should say something about it, and I don't have anything to respond with, so I'm going to say he should say something about it. And then when you push me further, I'm going to say, I don't tell the guy who's great on social media how to use social media. What a bitch, man.